Shifting our focus now to the other war in Ukraine. Russia has launched a new offensive campaign on Ukraine's eastern front line after the fierce battle for Bakhmut. Another town has now become a flashpoint in this conflict. Reports say Russian troops have encircled Avdiivka with around 40,000 troops. The bloody battle for Bakhmut earned it the name meat grinder, where both Russian and Ukrainian troops lost lives. As winter sets in, a biting winter, creating important significant challenges on the battleground, will Russia turn the strategic Donetsk town into another meat grinder for Ukrainian troops? Let me tell you what's happened. Russia has doubled down on its offensive to capture Avdiivka. According to the US-based think tank ISW, or the Institute for the Study of War, Russian troops have made big advances around this town. Since October, when it began the offensive with a barrage of attacks, Russia has poured thousands of troops, tanks and vehicles here. The goal is to seize Avdiivka. Why? Because Avdiivka is the gateway to Ukraine's wider Donetsk province. It is an industrial hub, a crucial strategic industrial hub in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. Not only that, the town has long been a symbol of Ukrainian resistance, especially after it was briefly captured by pro-Russian forces in 2014, when Russia had illegally annexed Crimea from the country. To capture Avdiivka, the Russian forces have reportedly been committing more manpower, more material. They are preparing for larger scale offensive operations near this East Donetsk town in particular. According to Russian war bloggers, Russian forces hold positions within a third of a mile in Avdiivka itself. It means the town is effectively surrounded. And if that wasn't enough, Russians are also routinely striking the town with artillery and military jets. A bombardment here last Thursday reportedly killed 2 civilians. The Russian forces have increased their use of aviation with choppers and attack aircraft. All this over the past few days. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces did not conduct any claimed or confirmed ground attacks in the Avdiivka direction. The head of Ukraine's southern group of forces said that troops around Avdiivka were stoutly holding their defenses. Ukrainian military has admitted that Russia is building up reserves for a fresh push to seize this town, that is Avdiivka. In fact, last week, Anton Kotsukun, the spokesperson for Ukraine's 110th Separate Mechanized Brigade, said that Russian troops had Avdiivka surrounded on 3 sides. The Ukrainian official also described it as a game of cat and mouse. He said that Russia was sending up huge numbers of drones to analyze Kyiv's defenses. Russia's fight to seize Avdiivka is looking like a repeat of its year-long campaign to capture nearby Bakhmut, which fell in May. As in Bakhmut, the Russian tactics have consisted of waves of infantry attacks, and now the Ukrainian commanders predict that Russian wave attacks would soon become denser. Ukraine's much-hyped counter-offensive has so far resulted in only incremental gains and heavy losses. The Ukrainian troops have struggled to punch through Russian lines in the south. Now, as Russian forces press forward in the northeast, the Ukrainian troops are bracing for a third wave of attacks here. Even Ukrainian President Zelensky has described the situation here as particularly tough. On Sunday, he warned Ukrainians to prepare for new waves of Russian attacks. Attacks on infrastructure ahead of crucial winter months. He fears that Russia will pick up its campaign or systemic strikes on power facilities, virtually freezing the country in winter, just like it did last year. And with the rate of Russian strikes on Ukraine, it seems that the conflict is heading towards another year of winter warfare. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.